guys, it's Teresa and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be on my February TBR, and it's not as big as my last few TBRs have been, mainly because I either blast through said TBRs and I have nothing to read by the end of it and I end up starting my TBR for the next month, or I somehow magically end up not finishing all those said TBRs and kind of have to rearrange when I read them. So let's just jump right into it because I am very excited for some of these books to be read through in February, and I have read one of these books already. One of the books that I hope to plan to read in February is The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. This has been popular all over BookTube and I can't tell you why I haven't picked it up yet. It's just one of those books that I end up saying I'm gonna pick up and then I forget, and here we are. But this follows, I believe, 17-year-old Monty? Something like that. He's a teenager, and in Victorian time London as he traverses throughout Europe to kind of do the thing that most Victorian young white men tend to do, along with his friend Percy, who I believe is POC, I believe is black, I don't remember, kind of follows, and throughout this travel novel essentially, Monty has to confront the harboring feelings he has for Percy, which, you know, Victorian age London, not the most, or England, Europe, not the most welcoming society of all time. But I'm excited to get into this. A lot of my friends and a lot of booktubers have said this is a really quirky and funny read and so precious, and I'm excited. And also I want to read the sequel because that is The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy, and you all know me and I love my pirates, and that one I believe has a bisexual main character, and I'm all about bisexual pirates. So, yeah. The next book is one that I have already started, and that is The Captive Prince by C.S. Picot. This follows, well, it's a high fantasy novel, and we follow Prince Damon, and as he is dethroned due to his half-brother, I believe, where he is forced to become the pleasure slave for the opposing side's prince, which is Prince Laurent. And there we have kind of this weird political agenda, this weird love story that shouldn't be happening, and it's just very gay. And every time I look this up, I look up The Song of Achilles, I see that people tend to compare it to this book, saying that instead of we have soft gays with a tragic ending, we have tragic gays with a soft ending. However, I am a little hesitant to pick this up or continue reading because I went through Goodreads and there have been some mixed reviews, primarily because it does deal with a sensitive topic such as slaves and prostitution, and I think there is some sexual assault. So wait for my wrap up if you're not sure whether or not to pick this up, and I will be sure to inform you guys about the overall kind of trigger warnings in this book. But I'm very excited. I read some of it already and I love Damon and I want to protect him so much, and he deserves the world. And I'm only on page 12. The next book that I'll be reading in February is Wild Beauty by Anne-Marie McLemore. This follows actually an entire family of Latinx women. I forget if they're actually Latina or which side, Latinx women, let's just leave it there. And for over a century they have been guarding and taking care of the lush gardens of La Pradera. However, with this comes a tragic twist where if they fall too deeply in love with someone, they end up vanishing. Now that all changes when one day a young boy named Fel wakes up or is found in the gardens and doesn't have no memory of who he is, what his life was before this, or anything like that. And now they have to wonder if he is the key to breaking this entire curse. Now I know this is own voices because Anne-Marie McLemore is in fact Latina, and on top of that she has written other wonderful books based within the Latin culture, and this also has, I believe the entire family of women is bisexual. So we're just going to be very excited for that because I am all about my brown bisexual ladies. The next book that I'm going to be reading in February is Girls Made of Snow and Glass by Melissa Bouchardost. Yes, I got it right the first time. And this is a feminist Snow White retelling. And I don't know too much about it. I just know that it's a feminist Snow White retelling. I know that Snow White is made out of literal snow and that these two girls are being pitted against one another. So I'm excited to see where this goes, what happens, how you can make Snow White be feminist. The story, because it's not... I don't know how you can without making Snow White be a warrior princess in some way, shape, or form, but I'm hoping to enjoy it, and after much careful research, I have found out that there is a female-female romance in this novel as well, and I wish it was more, it was publicized a bit more, but I think that's not so much a pivotal part of the book. Either way, would have been nice to know. Whatever publishing companies, not like we need more female-female romances. It's fine. And the last book that I'll be reading in February is one that I started in late January and finished on February 1st, and that is Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nagan. Why I decided to read two books with similar titles, like The Girls of, Girls Made Of, and then insert descriptor here and descriptor there, I will never know. But this is an East Asian high fantasy novel where we see paper girls. 8 paper girls are always chosen once a year to become the concubines for the Demon King. However, this year a 9th paper girl is chosen, and this time around she has to traverse this very dangerous and very disturbing situation she has been forced in, and on top of that she's also falling in love with one of the paper girls. Now, like I said, I have read this book already. There will be a tea talk, not coming this week but the week after, but in case you have picked that you want to read this book and you have it with you and my tea talk is a little too slow for you, like being posted, I will say there is a trigger warning at the beginning of the book for violence and sexual assault. So if you are not yet ready to read something in that nature, or you are a survivor and you are not yet at that point where you feel comfortable without triggering yourself to read something like that, I would be very wary picking this book up. But if you are more than ready and you will not be triggered or made upset by such images, then I suggest you go ahead and pick it up, because while my tea talk is coming soon, I did love it, and it is about lesbian Asians in high fantasy. And really, truly, is that all? Do you need more of an explanation? Lesbian Asians in high fantasy. Let's just think about that and let it mull it over, and then if you are ready and you will not be made upset by such topics, pick this up. But that is it for my February TBR. A small TBR, but knowing me, is going to keep growing throughout the month because you know me. But if you guys have any of these books that you want me to prioritize, I have already finished Girls of Paper and Fire, so I will be making a tea talk of that coming soon. I am in the progress of reading The Captive Prince, but that leaves you guys with 3 other books that you guys want me to prioritize and make reviews out of, and so on and so forth. And if you want choices like that, I can go ahead. A lot of it is on Twitter and on Instagram, so just feel free to leave comments. But until then, I do upload twice a week. Mainly Sunday is kind of my set day, I think. And all my social medias will be down below. Like if you like these videos, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys literally everywhere else. But until then, I hope you guys have a great beginning of your week, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!